Perfect time for our next guest on Ask the Expert. It's winter and it's a staple. Not only does it keep us warm, but it can also improve our health and help us lose weight.
Yeah, we're talking about soup, and today we have registered dietitian Lori Meyer here to talk about soup. How does soup help us? Can we lose weight with soup?
Yeah, you know what? You really can. And in fact, the research has been done in this several different times. It's been verified. People who eat soup tend to weigh less, but part of it is because soup is so satisfying and filling. And they found that if you eat soup at the beginning of a meal, you tend to eat about 20% fewer calories, or about 100 fewer calories that meal. And so if you did that every single day, you could end up losing about 10 pounds in a year just by eating a bowl of soup every day. So it does actually help, and people who eat soup do tend to weigh less.
So other than losing weight, there's some health benefits depending on what you put in the soup, right?
Well, there are. And you know what? The biggest thing is it's a great vehicle for vegetables. We don't eat enough vegetables, and there are hardly any soups that don't have vegetables in them. And so it's a great way to get vegetables. The vegetables and anything, the meats are going to be more digestible. You're going to absorb the nutrients better. You retain the nutrients. Outside of that, we see a boost in the immune system. We see it good for gastrointestinal health. It might help to reduce cancers and heart disease. And it's just, besides it being good food, it's food for the soul. You know, it's really comfort food.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, these soups that you have here all look like homemade soups. Is there a difference between the homemade and we saw some of the canned soups in terms of the benefits?
Well, there can be. It depends on what you pick, and you have to read those labels. If you're getting a lot of vegetables, and particularly if they don't have too much salt and they don't have a lot of sugar and other additives, that could end up being detrimental.
So these homemade?
These are all homemade.
You know, she only brings homemade.
And they're not that hard to do. I mean, soup, you can put any vegetables in a broth together, but I brought some of the best ones. I brought chicken soup. I mean, you know, chicken soup, traditionally it's been thought of for colds and flu. The research shows it really does help with the immune system. It has some good antioxidants in it. It also has amino acids. The next one is tomato-based. It's a Mediterranean fish soup, but any tomato soup, they're finding the lycopene can actually help reducing cancer risk and heart disease risk, so that's going to be another great thing. Put tomato in your soup. Butternut squash soup, you guessed that one. Squash is really good carotenes. They're really good for the eyes. They're good for the immune system. They also are a great source of potassium. So even though you might think soup has a lot of salt, this is really good for blood pressure. Next, I have a lentil soup. And lentils, any of the bean family, they're rich in protein and fiber, a lot of B vitamins, folate. And so this is going to be really good for heart disease, also for diabetics. Next I have, this is a Thai soup, and this soup has ginger, and it has lemongrass and garlic and all these things that actually help the immune system, and research shows people who eat more of this soup tend to have less cancer.
And the gut.
And it's good for the gut as well. And then I have miso, and miso is a little bit controversial, but this is a fermented soybean. Research shows that this might be really beneficial for breast cancer in particular. So a lot of soup out there. Pick
Lots
one,
of good choices.
have a bowl of soup today.
All right. If you have a question for one of our experts, email them at asktheexpert@todaystmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail and perhaps a recipe for a good bowl of soup. That number is right there on your screen.